I'm going to get started. My name is Aaron Rennert. I'm the president and CEO of the company called neumi. We are absolutely taking the world by storm right now. It's a lot of fun. It's enjoyable for me to see everybody adopting and embracing this incredible technology that Steve Scott has created, developed with our scientist, Bert Wanacott. We've done some phenomenal things here. The technology is beyond anything that I've ever seen in the supplementation game. And I've been involved in supplementation for years and years and years. I've never seen anything like this. So I'm excited for you today to have a chance to speak with our founder and the person that made this possible, Steve Scott. So Steve, take it away.
Aaron, you are too kind. I did not make this possible. I'm the sum total of everything that God and other people have given to me. Paul said, everything we have, we've received. And if we've received it, wherein do we boast? And I really can't boast. He surrounded me with people like you, with our chief scientist and innovator, Bert, who's been in nano for 20 years. And it's just unbelievable that this has all been dropped into my lap. And that's literally what it has. For those of you that don't know me, my background is I look for breakthroughs. I flunked out of 9 jobs in my first 6 years in college, got in the book of Proverbs, found 15 strategies that changed everything, started a company with a partner and $5,000. And 5 months later, our sales were $1 million a week. Then went from millions to tens of millions and to hundreds of millions and then to billions over the years by the time I retired. What we're best known for is the Total Gym with Chuck Norris and Christy Brinkley that's now been on the air for 26 years. But prior to that, we found breakthroughs in just about every industry that we got into. We found a breakthrough in skincare initially. And that was our first one that went from a $5,000 investment to millions of dollars a month. And then we just kept looking for breakthroughs. What's a breakthrough? A breakthrough is something that can do something that nothing else in the world can do as well, as effectively, efficiently, or economically. And that's what we specialized in. And for example, we found a weight loss program that people could lose weight without counting calories or carbs. Millions of people got on it and records were set. In fact, one of the gentlemen that got on the program, it was called Deal-A-Mill with Richard Simmons. One person lost 715 pounds and became the biggest weight loser of all time, according to the Guinness Book of Records. His wife lost 300 pounds. And we found a program out of Arizona that could teach kids how to get better grades. Literally overnight, we could turn D students into A students. So this program could in a matter of hours. And John Ritter and Michael Landon were my spokespersons for that. And it was so incredible. It literally became the study skills program that was adopted by a lot of schools, including Texas A&M at the time. But it was a breakthrough. I mean, who would think you could spend 3 hours learning how to learn and go from a D student into an A student? We haven't even had people that had an incredibly low IQs. The testimonials were amazing. One of the guys took the seminar and started a little business while he was in college because the professor said, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, don't wait till you graduate. Do it while you're in college. He was making shirts under his football uniform from his sister's slips, and then sold the same kinds of shirts to his teammates. Didn't call the company My Sister's Slips. He named it Under Armour. And that's how Kevin Plank started Under Armour, because of where there's a will, there's an A, that we started in 1988. Well, anyway, in 2006, I met a doctor from the Mayo Graduate School of Medicine. He had his own clinic in Florida. He was triple board certified, which means he was an oncologist, an immunologist, and a hematologist, 3 different certifications in medicine. Brilliant researcher. And he introduced me to a word called glutathione. And I had never heard of that. I'm sure most of you haven't heard of it. But it turns out it's the single most important molecule in life right there with oxygen. Without it, there'd be no oxygen-based life on Earth, no plants, no trees, no animals, no fish, no birds, no people. So it's right there with oxygen. And it performs over 400 functions in the human body that we know about. It's the most studied molecule in molecular biology, over 167,000 studies that have been published already over the years. And the number 2 molecule that's been studied is vitamin C, a wonderful antioxidant. It's had almost 75,000 studies, but can't compare to glutathione. Now, let's talk about glutathione. Some of the important things it does. When your hemoglobin, your red blood cells are manufactured, they're manufactured for the purpose, the design, this incredible thing we called our human body. It's designed for the red blood cells to bind to oxygen and deliver the oxygen to all the cells throughout our body. Problem is, when it's manufactured by the body, it's improperly charged. It has the wrong electrical charge. It has to be reduced to what's called a +2. Prior to that, it's like trying to bring north poles of magnets together. It can't happen. So it's reduced to a +2, then it binds to the oxygen and delivers it to every cell in our body. The sole reduction agent of hemoglobin, what makes that little miraculous change, is glutathione. But that's just one of 400 functions. Yesterday, I was on the phone with probably the most brilliant man in Australia in the area of glutathione. He may be one of the most brilliant in the world. And we started talking technology. And when he saw our technology, saw what we've done, he got so excited about it. Now he has a product that he's got professional athletes on, professional teams, U.S. Major League Baseball teams and basketball teams, football teams. Amazing man. First guy I've ever talked to one-on-one that really understood glutathione, other than the guys that taught me in it. And he understood it. I mean, he was telling me things I haven't heard yet. But it is amazing. For example, not that he told me this, but it is the sole protector of your mitochondrial DNA. Why is that important? Because as long as your mitochondrial DNA remains intact, the cell can't mutate. Glutathione is what protects it. It protects it by reducing the chemical load in your cells. Every cell in your body has at least 200 industrial chemicals in it that are very bad for the cell. Well, glutathione is the primary detoxifier of the cell. It's got this real sticky sulfhydryl molecule that sticks to the chemical toxins and then gets them out of the cell. And that's just another one of its functions. Without it, our livers would all die, because the liver uses glutathione to detoxify itself. Can't live without a liver. Liver can't live without glutathione. What else? It is the, let's see. Oh, our immune system, kind of important. We all found that out in the last couple of years. Well, our immune system is designed to protect us, but what protects our immune system? What protects our immune cells? Glutathione. It's the sole protector of the T cell and the B cell. Why is that important? Because it's the T cell and the B cell that are the assassins that target the bacterial and viral insults that attack our body. And if you have low glutathione levels, guess what? Those T cells and B cells reproduce slowly. You have higher levels and they reproduce explosively, much more rapidly. So our glutathione is critical to our immune system. It is your body's master antioxidant. What does that mean? Well, every cell in your body is attacked 10 to 20,000 times a day by free radicals. A free radical is just a thief. It wants to steal an electron from the cell. When it does that, excuse me, when it does that, it leaves the cell vulnerable to a lot of bad things. When it steals that electron, it creates oxidative stress in the cell, and that stress creates inflammation, and it actually damages the cell, just like Over-oxidation makes a pretty bad news for steel or iron. It causes it to rust. And same thing in our body. So glutathione is the sole protector of the immune system. It is the detoxifier of the cell. It's your master antioxidant. It donates one of its electrons to the free radical. And in doing that, it sequesters or neutralizes that free radical. Now you think, okay, well, we can just get vitamin C and vitamin E, right? Wrong. Vitamin C and vitamin E are good antioxidants. But glutathione's a million times more powerful than vitamin C. It is the master antioxidant because all other antioxidants are monofocused. They can take out one type of free radical, but they can't take out the other types, and there's multiple types. So vitamin C is great. It'll take out one free radical, but it won't take out this one or that one or that one or that one. So you get a different antioxidant like superoxide dismutase, catalase, or vitamin E. But once again, they're all monofocused. They're like the key to a hotel end up taken home accidentally. Well, that plastic key will open your door, but it won't open any other door in the hotel. Glutathione is like having the master key to the hotel. It can take out any free radical, regardless of structure, composition, the source. All of those things make a difference. And glutathione is the only antioxidant that can handle all of those. It is the recycling agent for vitamin C and vitamin E. Picture vitamin C, vitamin E, and glutathione. They're like guns to take out the bad guys, right? And the free radicals. But vitamin C can be recycled 3 to 5 times, vitamin E 3 to 5 times. Glutathione is the recycling agent of those, but glutathione is a miracle molecule because it recycles itself. So many times science can't put a number on it. They say somewhere, I've heard numbers between 30,000 and 300,000 times. So it's like the machine gun that just doesn't run out of bullets when it comes to fighting free radicals. Now, people say, well, okay, what does it mean to me? Well, how long you live, how often you get sick, how soon you recover from sickness, how soon you recover from injuries, how fast you recover, how you perform in your day, how fast you recover from your day, how fast you recover from exercise, how well you perform mentally and physically in exercise. All of those things are glutathione dependent. Dr. Oz on his show said it's the most important antioxidant you've never heard of. And he had David Katz, who's the head of Yale University's Department of Preventative or Disease Prevention. And he said that when you're chronically fatigued, when you're not firing mentally or physically on all 8 cylinders, when you feel a little run down, chances are it's glutathione, low levels of glutathione. And Oz said it's what the body uses to defend itself against the diseases you fear the most. That's a direct quote of Mehmet Oz. So there are those people. Now, most doctors say, hey, have you ever, including mine, ever hear of glutathione? Yeah, I think it's a master antioxidant or an antioxidant I read about in medical school. Excuse me, that's like calling the little hole in Arizona called the Grand Canyon a little hole in the dirt. That's my phone. I apologize. Turning it off. And but I'm ADD, so now I'm thinking about the phone. But I had seen pictures of the Grand Canyon, and but hadn't been there. I've seen them on postcards. A Grand Canyon reduced to that size. You can't imagine the magnitude. Calling Mount Everest a pile of rocks or the Pacific Ocean a pond, all those things are in gross understatement. Well, calling glutathione an antioxidant is a gross understatement. No life on earth without it. How will you perform? This man in Australia I talked to yesterday wanted to order millions of dollars worth of product for all of his clients. And he wants to get it into major league sports, college sports. I mean, you name it. This guy caught the vision, and he's been in this space for a long time, but he caught the vision for what we had. he blew me away. I've got to tell you, because even talking to biochemists, they don't get it. Dr. Nagasawa got it. He spent a whole lifetime studying it, so he got it. He's one of the men that mentored me in it. So anyway, problem with glutathione is it declines as we age by about 10% per decade. In fact, how fast you age depends on how fast your glutathione declines. They relate it to accelerated aging. Accelerated aging simply means your cells, your tissues, your organs, your muscles, your body ages more rapidly than it should. That's related to low glutathione levels. So it really impacts everything. It declines as we age. I'm 70, I'll be 74 in August, and I should have less than 45% of the glutathione that I had at the age of 20. But the attack on my cells never stops. Well, good news. I've been on glutathione enhancement for a long time. So my numbers are where they were when I was in my early 30s. And but the problem with enhancing glutathione is the way you enhance it, whether it's put glutathione in your body or put cysteine in your body, is highly inefficient. Glutathione is a real fragile molecule. As soon as it hits the stomach breaks it apart. So you got to find some way to protect it. Some people put fats around it or liposomes, and that can help a little bit, but it's so inefficient. It's like trying to ride a bicycle uphill in high gear. You know, the pedals go real fast, but the bike goes real slow. That's our competition for the most part, in my mind. Now, other people have taken the precursor, one of the amino acids that makes up glutathione, and protected that through the cell and work on getting that into the cell. Once L-cysteine hits the cell, it migrates into the nucleus of the cell where it's added to the other two amino acids to create glutathione. Well, we have nanosized both cysteine and glutathione. And guess what? We have made the particle sizes so small that they absorb right into your bloodstream as you're swishing, kind of like a mouthwash. And billions of particles absorb. They absorb in the venous cavity under your tongue sublingually, and they're right in your bloodstream. And oh my goodness, you experience it. And you experience it quickly. Well, we gave it to athletes. I knew it would have incredible impact on athletic performance. I gave it to one guy who set the world record in the bench press when he was 49. He bench pressed 804 pounds, strength and conditioning coach, formerly of the Seattle Seahawks. And but I called him when he was 59, and I said, "How you doing, Bill?" And he said, "Oh, not good." He said, my lift keeps going down, 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 down. I'm down to about 700 pounds. So it's still a world record from my age group, but I don't compete with the most elite anymore. I said, I have a product that could change all of that. Well, I sent him the product. He started swishing. In the next 6 months, his bench press went from 705 to 915. 6 months following that, as a 60-year-old, he bench pressed 1,050 pounds, setting a new world record. He just retired this year at 62. And his last bench press in a competition, he bench pressed 1,129.6 pounds, setting a new world record that people say will never be beat. What's the difference? Bill would blame it on swishing, cut his recovery time so much that instead of just lifting heavy, 500 pounds or more once a week, he could do it 4 to 5 times a week. It changed everything. He could work out with more intensity, more frequency, and everything changed. And so I had another athlete. This is all in 2018 when we were first playing with this out of our lab. And I sent it to another athlete, a dear friend of our family. She had been a captain in the Army, and now she still loves marathons and cycling. And so she had a 100-mile cycling race come up, and we sent it to her. She tried it on a Wednesday, just a 30-minute sprint on her bike, set a personal record, did it on a Thursday for a 35-mile trial run, broke her personal record again, all excited. The Saturday, the 100-mile race comes up, and first 35-mile leg, boom, she breaks her personal record again. Next 35-mile leg, 2 or 3 miles into it, a bike hits the brake. She hits the bike. Bike in back of her hits her. She goes end over end, hits the pavement so hard it breaks her helmet, knocks her out. And she's hospitalized with a very bad concussion for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. But her face hit the pavement at 22 miles an hour. And do we have the slides? I hope somebody's on the slides. This could be the very first. Here they come. Okay. So she was hospitalized Saturday. On Sunday, doctor comes into her room, plastic surgeon, and says, okay, that's going to take about 5 or 6 weeks to clear. When it's all clear, wait a month or two, and then come see me and we'll deal with the scarring. Well, she gets home Tuesday night and she thinks, hey, maybe this stuff's nano. Maybe if I put it on my skin, it'll help. So she poured some on a cotton ball, put it on the affected areas. Then she did it 3 times, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Look at what happened. Look at Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 5 weeks of healing in 5 days. The plastic surgeon had never seen anything like it, no scarring. Well, when I saw that, I thought, oh my gosh, we might have the world's best skincare product. And I had sold hundreds of millions of dollars in skincare over the year. I had one line that Cher was my spokesperson, another line that Kathy Lee Gifford was, another line Christy Brinkley, another line was Meredith Baxter Burney, another line was Angie Dickinson. So yeah, I had experience with skincare. And what I hated about skincare is that you could never get good before and afters. Even if you had a great product, nobody could really tell because you could barely see the changes. Well, guess what? I thought this could be it. So we put some in some spray bottles, sent them out to some friends, and the pictures that came back were truly mind-boggling. Let's look at the middle picture there. That's Sherry Warner. She's been a friend for many, many years, her and her sister, Rhonda Dasher. But Sherry, this is in 2018, I asked her to start spraying her face 5 times a day. And let's see what happens. Well, in 7 weeks, it wasn't like Botox where you see wrinkles disappear. It was as if she had had a whole facelift. Look how much brighter and healthier her face looks. Same room, same lighting. And she was blown away. Everybody that knew her was amazed by it. I was amazed. I sent her picture and some of these other pictures to the guy who used to formulate for me. He was president of the American Society of Cosmetic Chemists. And I also, he was a senior vice president with the company that developed Botox. And when he saw our pictures, he said, Steve, nobody has ever had topical skincare that gets results like these. I said, I know. And so we set out more. Let's show a couple more. You can see the hands on the left. That was like 6 weeks. Okay, the woman on the left, that was 30 days. Now, she said, everybody started saying, how did you lose weight? She didn't lose any weight. Her face just became so much tighter and conformed. Her skin looked so much healthier. The pore sizes were diminished. The coloration, everything improved. The lady on the right is an esthetician in Miami, Florida, has her own skincare spa. And she said, look at my pores. Look how much smoother my skin looks. In 8 days, she had never seen anything like it. Let's just look at a couple more real quick. Okay, there's my hands. I was much younger than I was 71, but I sprayed my right hand 4 or 5 times a day, didn't spray the left. Look at the difference. I just wanted to see. Plus, I wanted to go to Costco and start showing people my hands. Okay, so lady on the left, she is the mother of a medical doctor in Nigeria. And that medical doctor was treating one of our distributors in Nigeria. And she said, what have you done to your face? Your face looks so good. And she said, well, I'm spraying my face with this product. And she said, well, can I have some for my mother? Look at her mother. That was like 3 weeks. And look how much healthier her face looks. Look at that. It's crazy. The guy on the right is the brother of one of our double diamonds. And that was, he's 45 there. This is in 2018, long before we even thought about starting a network marketing company. And that was in 1 week. He couldn't believe the difference. So what did we end up with? Well, we end up with a nanotechnology, and we put it into a supplement that is truly life-changing, performance-changing. Athletes, like I said, are breaking world records on it. Once an athlete starts on this and uses it correctly, they never want to be off it ever. But I'm not an athlete, but I love waking up in the morning, swishing, and then feeling great all day. At 73, soon to be 74. You might want to write that down, August. I won't tell you the date because, I don't want to get flooded with cards and emails. But anyway, I'll be 74. And yet my energy level, mentally, physically, it's like when I was in my 20s, when I was directing television in Hollywood. So, Aaron, we've got the world's best skincare product, in my humble opinion, but we have a supplement technology of glutathione that is unparalleled. Nobody else in the world has our technology. And now we're getting to see these changes all over the world. And we, by the way, we manufacture our own product. We have our own reactor, our own clean room, our own scientist. And so that way we can keep our prices low and our commissions high. Aaron, I'll turn it back to you.
Well, I just love hearing Steve go over all of the details when he talks about a breakthrough product. When we think about a breakthrough product, we're really talking about something that can be done more effectively, efficiently, and economically. And we've figured that out. We have literally cracked the code on that. So Steve's right. We've got a lot of talented, incredible people that we work with on a daily basis that have given us a lot of ideas, a lot of ways for us to move forward. And like Steve said, we've got a breakthrough product that you can only get here at neumi, folks. And that is something that is absolutely mind-blowing for me, because you can't find it anywhere else. We own the rights, we own the IP, we own everything about it. So we own the control of the product, the flow of it out to the world. And so we're going to have a lot of fun. Now, I want to make sure that everybody knows we've got an incredible call coming up tomorrow night, our Wednesday corporate call. It's the first Wednesday of every month. It's at 6:00 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Make sure you invite everybody. We've got a giant announcement that we're going to make on that call. It may have something to do with the country opening. I'm not sure, but maybe I am sure. But I will tell you that you want to make sure you're on this call. You want to invite everybody you know to be on this call as well. And Spanish speakers are very, very welcome. So, folks, we are excited about what we have coming up here. We're excited about everything that you're doing out in the field. I always say this, but it would have been really simple for Steve, with all of his background, all of his education, his knowledge about the business that he was in prior to the supplementation side, was really taking products out to the market through TV and advertising and marketing firms that could get his product out there. But with us, he wanted to do it through you. He wanted to bring it to the people so the people could bring it out to the other people that are interested in a better way of life. And we have that here in spades, folks. We've got an incredible opportunity in front of us. We have all kinds of research and knowledge and understanding of what we have. Now you are the opportunity people. You get to take this out and educate others and take it to the world. So with that being said, if you were invited to the call, make sure that you get back with the person who invited you, find out how to get your hands on this incredible product. And if you invited somebody, make sure that you realize fortune's in the follow through, folks. So get with that person, invite them to the call tomorrow night, invite them to the next call. And I can see that Steve has another thought. Steve? You're muted.
Muted, Dad.
Okay, thank you. In my past company, we put hundreds of millions of dollars into the pockets of TV stations and retailers. My hope is that neumi in the next few years will put over $1 billion, not in TV stations and retail stores, but in the pockets of everyday men and women all over the world. And we need you to do that. We're growing at a phenomenal rate. I know we're in more than a dozen countries already. But we want to be all over the world, and we want the money to stay in the neumi family. And you're part of that family when you join neumi. So I just thought I'd stick that in, Aaron.
Well, good. And I appreciate it. And folks, again, join us tomorrow night on the call. Join us every day at 1:00 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for these calls. And again, follow up with your favorite people, because they need to know about what we're doing here and why we're having such monumental success. So with that being said, everybody knows a new you starts with neumi. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks.